What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the KC Crew.
Welcome.
And shout to everybody out there. And we've been finalizing the details of our 100th episode. Now, I'll give you guys a couple of the details. Now, it's going to be at Tao. It's going to be in January. And it's going to be an amazing night. Everything's going to be all-inclusive. So it will have food. We'll have a Remy Martin bar. Shout out to Remy Martin. And, of course, the show. So it's only going to be 100 people. So we'll give you all the details when you can get tickets. And it's going to be just an amazing event. It's going to be at Tao.
Nice, intimate event.
At our favorite restaurant. So hopefully you guys.
The Tao downtown.
The Tao downtown, mm-hmm. Correct. And it's going to be an amazing event. So hopefully you guys can get your tickets. It's only going to be 100 tickets. So it will go fast. So as soon as we put the tickets up on sale, we'll definitely let you know. We're just going to go there Friday just to double check the space. And we should have tickets on sale Saturday. So hopefully you guys will pick up your tickets and you will join us for our 100th episode. Now, also I want to shout out to Fashion Nova. I want to shout out to Jesse from the detoxnow.com. Now, last week, I tell you about a young lady who was going through some hard times. She lived in Newark and her house burnt down and she lost pretty much everything. She was having problems in her relationship with her husband and she left her husband and she didn't know if her husband burned down the house or why the house burned down, but she was out of her home and then she moved to Patterson. When she moved to Patterson, she lost a job. So she had absolutely positively nothing. Her kids were being bullied in school because they didn't have clothes. She didn't, like I said, she lost a job. So she really didn't have much means to really support them. I was talking to her at a turkey drive where, we gave out turkeys to people who needed it. And she needed a turkey, of course. And I told her that I would help. And after telling the story last week, I got to say shout to Jessie. She just threw $250 in my PayPal. Just didn't even tell me. Just $250 in my PayPal. We just got a text. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Envy. Hey, Gia. Just wanted to let you know I put $250 in your PayPal for that family that you mentioned on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Like, wow.
Yeah, so she threw $250 in the PayPal. Shout to Fashion Nova, our guy Ernest Dukes. He heard the story and was like, he's going to send a box of Fashion Nova to her and her kids, which is pretty dope. So thank you, Fashion Nova and Ern. And then shout to Flipper, New Jersey, and myself. I took her kids to Civilized Nation, which is a sneaker store in Jersey. And I just wanted to give them a start. So that way they can start school fresh. So we bought them sweatsuits. We bought them sneakers, Timberland, socks, hats. Gia and I, we went through the house and found all these clothes that we never wore, starter jackets, jeans, shirts, polos. And I have a huge box downstairs that I'm going to get to them this week. And Gia went through her stuff and found things for her daughter and herself. So if she takes job interviews, she can have things to wear. So got a huge box downstairs to give to her. But I just wanted to say thank you for everybody out there for the prayers. And thank you for people for pitching in to really help this young lady.
Yes.
That was very, 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 very nice. And I spoke to her.
Unprovoked.
Yes,
like people
unprovoked.
That just in the spirit of giving wanted to reach out and do something, whether it's small or big, and even like a prayer, right, like you said, can help. So
absolutely. And it's amazing when people go through hard times and so many people that wanted to pitch in and help. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that just hit and was like, that was, we prayed for her, or is there anything I can do? I can send her something, if she's looking for a job, maybe I can help. And hopefully that'll help that family, especially for the holidays.
Yeah. Even if it was just a DM, it just shows that you guys care.
Absolutely.
So thank you for those DMs. And again, for the prayers for them, because every prayer helps.
That's right. And it was so nice when they got home. One of her sons was so excited that as soon as he got home, he put on all the clothes that we got him. And then she sent us a picture. Was like, he's so excited. Look, he's wearing his clothes now.
Don't you get excited when you get a new pair of jeans?
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
I do.
But I just wanted to say thank you guys, man. It was just, it's so great when people get together to help somebody. And I just thought that was a wonderful thing. So shout to you guys. All right. Now, let's start the show off with, I want to start off with Logan. Now, I had a conversation.
I have a feeling that you were going to do that.
I mean, because I cursed Logan out the other day. That's probably why. So I had Logan, I had a nasty conversation with Logan the other day, and I was very, very rude and very, very raw with him.
Nasty. It was kind of like the appropriate.
Yeah, very
word.
Nasty. You know what it is too, and I guess
not that I disagree.
I guess me being home for Thanksgiving and me being here throughout the day and see how the ship is moving and everything, I told him I didn't like him. I told him I didn't like him. I told him I didn't like the person he was.
Whoa.
And I told him there's going to be a problem.
Whoa.
I said, because if I don't like you, you're living in my house, you're going to have to pay me rent.
Man, you are so extra about everything.
So?
You were so extra. Now, I agree with the premise of why you were upset, but you put extra sauce on everything.
I do.
Well, tell everybody what happened, and we'll see if everyone agrees.
Well, it started Thanksgiving. The day before Thanksgiving, I had a party out in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is about a 2-hour drive from us. We got back at about 6 o'clock. I got back about 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. And we woke up at 6.
Right.
Woke up at 6 to start cooking. Because we actually cook for Thanksgiving.
We actually.
No, sometimes we cater. Sometimes we cater, or sometimes, a family member will bring something.
We usually cook for Thanksgiving.
Right. And this was the first time we cooked a turkey.
You said we actually cook. Like, everybody actually cooks.
No, because we don't cook turkey. Like, this is the first time we cooked a turkey. We
usually make everything else. Like, right. I'll make jerk chicken and steamed fish, right. And, soup with dumplings and chicken and veggie, but not usually turkey because we don't like turkey.
Right.
But this year I said that I'm going to make a turkey because now London and Jackson are old enough to identify a turkey with Thanksgiving.
Right.
All of their projects that come home have turkeys and everything is gobble, gobble, gobble. And you walk through their school and everything is turkey and Thanksgiving themed. London came home. She's like, Mommy, can you make stuffing? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't even like stuffing, but I had to make stuffing because these are the things that the kids associate with it.
Correct. So you cook turkey, and we never cooked turkey before. And turkey takes, 3 hours?
About 3 hours.
But not only that, you have to prepare it the day before.
Right.
Season it and all that other shit. That Gia and I, put like this. Of course, we didn't have Irma for Thanksgiving. Irma went with her family.
Right.
So when we prepared the turkey and put the turkey in the oven, Gia was like, well, there's supposed to be a thermostat in the turkey to tell us when the turkey's ready. We didn't see that. We didn't see that thermostat.
No,
we didn't see that till we carved the turkey.
Right. We're like, oh, here's a thermostat, the built-in thermostat. I'm sure this turkey wasn't born with it.
Yeah, I know, but we had no clue. So Gia was like, there's no thermostat in this turkey. How are we going to know when this turkey's ready? Well, we just got to time 3 hours. Okay.
Right.
Cool. So anyway, we wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, I tell you, I just got back around 4:30. So, we wake up, the kids already in our room. Everybody slept in our room. And, the baby slept in our room. So I was like, all right, well, let's get up and let's really get going. Let's get this Thanksgiving going. So Gia was like, okay, I'm going to start preparing the turkey. So I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Madison, Mommy, and Daddy will cook, right? I cooked the lobster tails. You cooked the turkey, the
and everything
greens,
else.
The macaroni and cheese. What else did I cook? I cooked something else.
No, you fried the lobster tails.
That's all I did?
And you cleaned.
Oh, I cleaned. I did clean. There you go.
You were
so while Gia was cooking, I was cleaning.
Mr. Clean.
Right. And Madison, what did Madison do?
Madison, I don't really know what she did. She was there for a little while and then she disappeared.
Yeah, Madison was cooking as well. She was helping with the cooking, the peeling, and the cutting, and all that preparing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she helped with some prep work.
So I went to Logan's room to wake up Logan. And when I woke up Logan, he had kind of an attitude. An attitude, and which I get. Sometimes when you wake people up, they have an attitude. And believe me, I know. So I said, Logan, get up. I need you to really help with the kids. And he was like, okay. But I could tell it was do I really have to? But he got up And when he got up, I said, you know what? Let me run to the store and I'm going to get everybody breakfast sandwiches.
Right.
So I went to the store, I got everybody breakfast sandwiches, and then I came back and I said, everybody eat your breakfast sandwiches and me and mommy's going to start cooking. I didn't like his attitude when I woke him up. So what I did was I said, Logan, you have a fucked up attitude right now. I said, I understand. I said, it's Thanksgiving, so I'm not even going to be mad. I said, go upstairs in your room, eat your breakfast sandwich, reset. It's Thanksgiving. Come back down. It'll be a whole new day.
Right.
He said, okay. He didn't go upstairs. He stayed downstairs. I said, all right, whatever he wants to do. Cool. We start cooking. Now, Gia had one rule. Logan, just watch the kids. Make sure they don't come in the kitchen. There's too many things that are hot here. We're frying, the stove, the oven. Everything is on. Keep the kids out the kitchen. We don't care what you do. Cool. We're cooking. Their kids are coming in the kitchen like it's
Now, I opened up the lower oven.
Right.
And Brookie comes running into the kitchen.
Right.
Now, mind you, she wasn't anywhere near the oven, but that's because I'm on my P's and Q's. I
Correct.
didn't feel 100% confident that Logan was going to keep them out of the kitchen.
Right.
So the whole time that I'm cooking, I'm a little tense because like you said, I have all of my burners on. The ovens are on, there's knives and you know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that the kitchen was safeguarded against them.
Right.
And here comes Brookie.
Brookie comes running in and then you basically, you had the oven open with the left hand and then you kind of stiff arm her with the right hand.
Right.
Right?
Well, I went running towards her with the stiff arm so that she didn't come near the oven. Go ahead.
So then when that happened, we take Brooklyn back into the family room. We're like, yo, Logan, you're supposed to watch the baby. And he's sitting there on his phone saying, she's not listening to me. I wild out. Motherfucker, we just gave you one job.
You have one job.
One job. Keep this little baby out this kitchen. Mm-hmm. Oh, but she's not listening to me. And every time I say something, she cries. I said, all right, so she cries, so you just let her jump into the oven, huh? That's what you're going to let her do? Just let her jump into the oven.
Uh-huh.
So he didn't do that. So now it's starting the tension. All you have is one job. Everybody's cooking, everybody. So I said, okay, cool. So Madison says, you know what? I'm going to take the baby and I'm going to put on the Grinch and we're going to watch a movie. We're going to watch Christmas carols. We're going to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. I'll take care of the babies. Mm-hmm. So she starts taking care of the baby. So I said, all right, cool. I said, Logan, set up the table. Now, set up the table means,
Now, mind you, this is like a low-key Thanksgiving. Like we're not having the whole family over. This is just our immediate family. So it was a PJs and paper plate and solo cup kind of day.
Right. So I said, set the table. Now, there is 7 of us, plus Grandma, plus Eric. Mm-hmm. Now, Eric is what would you call Eric?
He's our live-in handyman / bestie.
Right. Eric is our Jamaican handyman that handles everything in the house, handles the dog, takes care of everything. He's like a handyman / I don't know. He does everything at the house.
Yeah, like go-to person.
Absolutely.
Like he can fix anything, paint anything. He'll do anything that you're not going to do.
Absolutely.
That you don't have time to do. And he's just like, I just love him.
Right.
I just love him, love him, love him. I would give him a kidney type, love him.
Absolutely.
Yes. So
now Logan puts the plates on the table. Now, at the table at the time, there is 6, 7, 8 chairs. Mm-hmm. But around the table is only 6 because London and Jackson are helping to prepare. So the chairs are moved to the island where they can stand and help.
Right. So now all the dangerous things are away.
Correct.
Because now we're about to get ready to eat. Now this is 3 hours later and we're about ready to sit down. So we take 2 of the chairs and we slide them over to the island so that they can stand up on them and be tall enough to help prepare. Now they want to watch the turkey that just came out the oven that's on the other side of the island, and they want to, do like garnishing. Uh-huh. Lundy wants to look at her stuffing. Jackson's like, can we cut apples? Because he saw apples around a turkey and some picked apples and grapes. So he wanted to do that.
Right.
So, we're doing all that. So now there's 6 chairs at the table.
So now Logan knows that there is 7 of us in the house. He might not have known Eric was coming. He might not have known.
But 8 including grandma.
Right, 8 including grandma. Mm-hmm. Logan puts out 5. He put out 5 plates. Mm-hmm. Didn't even put it neatly.
Well, they're like paper plates. He literally like frisbee flung them all around
frisbee
the table.
flung the paper plates on the table.
I saw it and I just shook my head. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
So I see him. Mm-hmm. I said, let me talk to you for a second. He's like, yeah. I said, what the fuck is that? He said, what? You told me to put the plates out. I said, I want you to count how many people's in this house.
So he literally on his hand started counting the members of our family.
I said, is that enough to eat at that table? He says, oh, I only put what I seen chairs for. I said, you only put what you seen chairs for? I was like, you don't think that everybody's going to eat? He goes, oh. I said, and how the fuck, and because I'm talking like this now, I'm like, how the fuck are we going to eat?
Awesome.
I said, is this the old times? We're going to eat with our motherfucking hands? I said, and what are we going to drink?
To him, set the table was like paper plates.
He says, you only said pull the plates out. I said, no, I didn't. I said, set the table. He goes, oh. So then he goes back and he sets the table and he sets it the right way. I said, all right, cool. So now I go upstairs. I had to change my shirt or whatever it may be. When I go upstairs to change my shirt, I noticed that every light upstairs is on.
Here we go.
So I'm like, now Logan has a little corridor, right? That is pretty much his. It's his.
He has like a little wing, right?
Right. He has a little wing. His bedroom is his bathroom. Now.
And like a lounge.
The lounge. The lounge wasn't supposed to be his, but it just wound up his.
It was supposed to be his and Madison's.
Correct.
When I designed it, it was for the both of them. But he kind of just like deboed her out of that room in a sense because he's always playing video games in there.
Right. So when I go up there, every light and every TV is on. Mm-hmm. And not only that, his clothes are on the floor in the bathroom.
And that's 4 separate lights because it's the light for the hallway, the light for his room, the light for the bathroom, and the light for the lounge.
Right. So all that's on and the heat is on 80, right?
Well, the heat should be on 80.
No, it's not. Heat should not be on 80.
I'm not going to argue with you about the heat.
Heat down 80 is too much.
Now.
Can't even breathe.
The heat in our room is always on 80. So
and I always turn it down.
Or I always turn it back up.
I have my window open.
To me, that's comfy.
All right. But anyway, so everything is fucked up. I'm like, the lights on. I'm like, why are the lights? Like, we had these conversations before. So the night before, we had a conversation about leaving his lights on. I said, Logan, you got to turn your lights off. No problem, Dad. I said, matter of fact, right now, go turn your lights off and take all the clothes that's in the bathroom downstairs. So he was like, I don't like to take the clothes downstairs because then Irma can't find it. I'm like, bring the clothes downstairs. So I go back downstairs and I'm like, Logan, let me ask you a question. I said, we just had a conversation. I said, are there any clothes on the bathroom floor? He goes, no. I said, I'm going to ask you again. I said, are there any clothes on your bathroom floor? He goes, yeah, but I left it up there for Irma. I said, we just had a conversation yesterday. Don't leave shit for Irma. You bring the shit downstairs. Mm-hmm. So what would you do as a kid?
What do you mean?
You would run upstairs and go and turn off all the lights and go do that, right?
Yes.
He runs upstairs. I guess he gets caught up and then starts playing video games.
He has a short attention span.
Yeah, he knows every fucking play in football. He knows every Fortnite dance.
Because that interests him. Keeping his room clean and turning off the lights doesn't interest him.
Yeah. So then we eat dinner. Everybody comes downstairs. We pray. We eat. I go upstairs and I see clothes on the floor in his room. And I'm like, we just had that conversation. So I call him upstairs. He takes the clothes. So now I tell him, I'm like, you know what? I don't like you. I said, I really don't like you.
You don't think that's extreme?
No.
Okay.
Because I didn't that day. I was like, I don't understand why I have to ask you so many times to do things. I don't understand why everybody's pitching in and you feel like you don't have to pitch in. But I realize it's because of you.
Me? Oh, did you just point at me?
Yes.
Or were you saying you and pointing and pretending that like Logan was in front of you?
No,
I'm
you.
Confused.
No, you. Like you. Gia, Casey, you.
All right. So that's where this is going?
Hold on. I'm explaining.
Hold on. Wait. That's where this is going?
Yes. I'm gonna explain it.
All right, hold on. Let me get my boxing gloves on. Let me get my mouth guard on. Let me grease underneath my eyes. Let me get prepared.
You don't have to grease under your eyes anymore. That's not. You don't do that in boxing. You don't put Vaseline on your face.
I was actually thinking football.
Oh,
don't they do that in football?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the sun. That's
well,
I'm
prepared.
All right,
go ahead.
So, and I realized it's because of you.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You babied that boy so much.
Hold on. I baby him. Is that a joke?
You just said go ahead, and then when I say something, then you stop me and say, "Is that a joke?"
Okay, pardon me. Go ahead.
You baby that boy so much that he knows that if he acts like he can't do it, or if he acts like it's too hard for him, you'll come behind him and do it. Perfect example. Couple days ago, right? Couple days before.
Hold on, and you don't?
No.
This is a Gia situation, right? This isn't a Gia and Rashawn situation?
No, this is a Gia situation.
So you're just going to straight deny that you have any part in that?
Absolutely. Let me explain. So, a couple days before Thanksgiving, Gia orders Chilean sea bass from our local
Japanese restaurant,
right?
Oh.
So Gia says, Logan, can you do me a favor? Can you heat up the Chilean sea bass for me? Mommy's cleaning the room. Sure. So what he does is, when it comes in a nice pan, Chilean sea bass.
It comes in a plastic container.
A plastic container.
It's takeout.
Takeout.
Or delivery. Yeah.
So it comes in a plastic container. She was like, heat it up for whatever it was and bring me something to drink as well. Cool. Now, most people would take the Chilean sea bass out, put it in a plate, put the vegetables on the plate as well, and heat it up. No. Not Logan. That's going to take too much time. He gets a paper plate. The tin where the Chilean sea bass is, he turns it over on the paper plate.
So he just flips it upside down.
Just flips it upside down.
No, let me give you guys a visual. It's like he took the paper plate, put it on top of the plastic container, and turned the whole thing upside down. So now the food is on the plate.
Right. The food is on the plate, and all the vegetables that usually the Chilean sea bass is laying on top of is now on top of the Chilean sea bass.
Well, underneath.
No, well, the Chilean sea bass
if it was on top and then he turned upside down, now it's underneath.
Right. The vegetables are on top.
Right. No, the vegetables are underneath. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Well, it does matter because what happened is he turned it upside down. So now when Gia gets the plate back, the Chilean sea bass is on the bottom and the vegetables are just there. It just looked fucked up and horrible.
That's kind of the point.
Right.
It was the worst presentation.
Let me get some of your water right fast.
The point is he didn't take any time to do it right.
No,
he just did it quick and easy so that he could pretty much say, I did it. Right. And here it is.
But no, he knew what he was doing. I'm going to tell you how. So you say, when you get it, you say, Logan, you're not you don't see nothing wrong with this? He goes, well, you shouldn't have.
He's like, if you wanted it done right, you should have asked Maddie.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. Basically saying, I'm going to keep fucking shit up so y'all stop asking me.
Well, that's kind of the story of his life. And it's because
you,
plural, we baby him.
You baby him.
In a sense. And we always have. And I think it started organically where he didn't do little tasks and little errands well because he wasn't experienced, because we would really only ask him when Madison wasn't around, because Madison's 2 years older and she's a female. So when you give her a job, she does it better than your little novice boy in a sense. So we really ask Madison to do a lot more than we ask Logan. So he's not as experienced. So everything comes back, as you said, bleeped up. Right?
Right, but I also think he does that because he knows as much as he fucks up, you'll never ask again.
As time went on, I think he said to himself, well, I'm on to something. If I keep doing a bad job at everything that they ask me to do, they're going to stop asking me.
Correct.
And it's true. We don't really ask him. Like if I tell him, Logan, go upstairs in my night table. There's a blue pen. It's on the left side behind the notebook. He's going to come upstairs and look and come back downstairs like I couldn't find it.
Or he'll come down with a yellow pen that will be under the bed behind 3 pillows in a crevice in a corner. Like that's him.
Yes. So we've had 1,000 conversations pretty much saying we can't ask you to do anything because you don't do it right. You're just not going to do it right. So I think that's pretty much his MO.
But the problem with that is he knows that. He knows that if I fuck up, they'll never ask me again.
Oh, he definitely perpetuates it.
To the point where, at one time we were going to sell our home. So every once in a while we would have people come look at our home and we were going to sell it. So, if you ever sold your home, you have showings and the house got to be pristine for the showings. And you know that they'll be like, showing tomorrow at 8 a.m. So when they do that.
I'm like, dude, I have 5 kids.
So when we do that, everybody has to pitch in.
Right.
Who doesn't pitch in? It'll be 3 a.m. Gia's cleaning. I'm cleaning. Irma's cleaning. Shit. London's cleaning. Madison's cleaning. What's Logan doing?
Playing video games.
And we allow him to. We're cleaning his shit. We're cleaning his room.
And to me, it's not right, but it's just easier. But it's just easier. And he knows that it's easier for us because if I ask him to pitch in, I got to spend more time explaining to him what to do and how to do it, or I feel like I might as well just do it myself. Because it's taking me too much time to get you to do it or to undo the bad work that you did. So I just don't even bother. And that really has been the course of events. That's how it's kind of played out in this house.
And not even that. Logan is 15 years old, right?
Not yet.
He'll be 15. And
December.
The other day, I don't know what we were doing. Gia and I what we were doing? We were, I think, doing the Christmas tree, getting the Christmas tree ready. And we said, Logan, put the pajamas on London and Jackson and just put them in their bed. He said, fine. He said, Mom, Dad, I think Jackson might have, had an accident in his pants, right? So we say, okay, just change him. I don't want to change him. I've never changed him before. We said, Logan, you're a boy.
He's a boy.
Jackson's a boy. Y'all have the same parts.
Go figure it out.
Cool. 5 minutes later, Madison calls.
Well, I don't know about this part.
Dad, yes. Did you tell Logan to bring Jackson up here so I can change him?
That sounds like Logan.
I said no.
Oh, wait, that's what he was saying. I'll give you $20.
I'll give you $20.
He told Madison he'll give her $20
so
to change
Madison was like, no, you change him. Then
you're like, come on, it's just a little pee-pee.
Irma calls. Mm-hmm. Irma says, is everything okay? We're like, yes. He's like, Logan just called me and asked when I was coming home because Jackson needed to be changed.
I didn't know about that.
I said, what the fuck is going on?
Literally, it was just a little bit of pee-pee. It was a little sprinkle. Like he had to go. And
it was nothing.
He had to go and he didn't make it to the toilet in time. So he let off a few squirts before he got it in the toilet. So he was a little bit wet. He had a little accident.
It was nothing, but he was going to pay his sister $20. He called Irma, who was enjoying her Thanksgiving with her family, to change to put a pull-up on him at night. That's how it was. That's simple. But that is Logan. That is absolutely positively Logan.
Well, he irritated me today.
Well, hold on. Not only that. And I'm going to tell you why it's your fault. And then you can tell your story.
You're starting to irritate me.
Good. How many times have I taken his cell phone away?
Oh, that's why it's my fault.
Or taken his Fortnite away. And then you say, I'll be laying in bed. And then Logan will come in here and you'd be like, oh, look at my little Pookie. Daddy, isn't it so good to give his Pookie back his cell phone? He's been good for 2 hours. Can you please give him back? You don't do that?
No. You don't do that? I don't even know who you were just imitating.
That was you.
Sure as hell wasn't me.
That was definitely you.
That definitely wasn't me.
Pookie was you.
No, the Pookie definitely is not me, but I do look at his cute little face because right now we're talking about everything like it's all bad. At the same time, he's like the sweetest kid on the planet.
But we talking about the bad shit
as well. No, I want to introduce balance, because I want to portray it the way that it really is. He is the sweetest kid at the same time, which is strange.
I'm just talking about one day.
I don't care that's what you're talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He comes home every day and gives mommy a big hug and a big kiss. And he's like, hey, best friend. And I'm like, hey, best friend.
And you're like, okay, you're not on punishment anymore.
No, he says that every day, not just when he's on punishment. He comes, he lays in the bed, he cuddles with me, I play in his hair. he's the sweetest little boy. And to be honest, 14-year-olds don't do that, well, there are some that do, I'm sure, but that's not a typical thing. Usually when kids hit their teen years, that's when they start separating themselves from their parents. They start asserting their independence, and they start developing their own private lives.
Right.
And our kids don't do that. And for him to be a boy, that's even more odd. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm grateful for that. He is a sweet kid. He comes, he talks about his day. He's just his smile. He's so charming. And he at the same time, he'll be like, Mom, are you thirsty? You want me to go downstairs and get you something to drink? Like he's thoughtful. So it's weird. It's weird, it's twofold. You know what I mean? It's not just one fold. It's twofold. So I just want to make sure that you understand that it's not all negative.
Right. I know, I get it.
When you're upset, yeah, it feels like everything is negative. Like when you upset me, like how many times have I had to apologize to you because you've done something to upset me? And I'll go off and it'll be a 2-hour dissertation about everything that you've done wrong and why I'm upset and the fact that we have to go over it over and over and over again. And I make you feel bad and I feel upset. And then when I calm down and I come back to earth, it's like I have to come back to you and be like, you know what? The way that I just acted during that argument makes it seem as though everything that you do is bad, or that I'm only paying attention to the bad things. And I don't want it to make it feel that way, because I take notice of all of the good things, and I'm grateful and appreciative of all of the good things that you do as well. It's just that when I'm upset, or when you do something to upset me, that kind of seems to take over.
Right.
And it's my focus. So I may give off that impression, and I apologize to you about that. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what I'm talking about, Logan. While we recognize the bad, we also have to recognize the good, and you have to introduce balance and make sure that you notice it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Experience full plates and fuller wallets with today's sponsor, Every Plate, America's best value meal kit. Enjoy amazing chef-designed meals for just $4.99 per serving, delivered right to your door. At $4.99, one meal is the same price as one cup of coffee. Every Plate dinners are the cheaper, healthier alternative to takeout or delivery, and recipes come together in about 30 minutes, faster than a trip to the grocery store, all right? So instead of ordering out and getting something that's unhealthy, instead of paying too much money, Every Plate is the perfect place for you to get some food, all right? Less time deciding what to cook means more time to spend enjoying good food with your family. Now you just always need more time with the family, right? Now, for 50% off your first Every Plate box, go to everyplate.com and enter code KCCrew. That's 50% off. Is like getting 2 dinners for 1 cup of coffee. So go to everyplate.com and enter code KCCrew for 50% off your first box of Every Plate now. Every Plate's recipes comes with everything already pre-measured, so you'll never worry about buying more ingredients than you need. You get meals that you'll enjoy and your bank account will love with Every Plate. Now, for more information, just hit up the website. If you want food that's good, that's healthy, that's not expensive, that's the place to go. Let me give you the code right now again, because it's 50% off. And check it out. You might love it. You might love it. And you say, you know what? I'm never going to order out again. And that's what we would love. So for 50% off your very first Every Plate box, go to everyplate.com and enter code KCCrew. You get 50% off. And tell them DJ Envy and Gia sent you. Now, you were explaining what he did today.
Right. Well, there's no balance today. He straight pissed me off today.
No.
So, it's kind of like that saying, it's not necessarily what you do, but how you act in response to it, or how you behave in the aftermath of it. Do you know what I mean? Like how you handle it afterwards. Mm-hmm. So today I pick him up from school. Mm-hmm. I call him and I say, hey, Logan, I'm 6 minutes away. So make sure that you're outside and ready, because in front of his school, it's like a circle. Well, technically, it's like a big oval.
Well, let me start by saying this. At first, Gia wasn't supposed to pick him up. Gia has on pajamas. She has on her face mask. I was supposed to pick him up, but I was looking at houses for real estate. So I called Gia and said, hey, Gia, I know I was supposed to pick them up. Can you grab them for me? So you wasn't prepared to go look for them.
Right. No, I had to go and wash off my mud mask. I threw on a hoodie, sunglasses. I had on my fuzzy pajamas and Ugg boots.
Right. So Gia wasn't getting out of nobody's car.
I wasn't getting out of no car.
If Gia's car would have gotten in a car accident and flipped 10 times, she still would have stayed in the car.
I would have had my seatbelt on and been low.
Yeah, be like, ma'am, you got to get out. No, my husband's bringing a change of clothes for me. But go ahead.
You said my husband's bringing a change of clothes.
Yeah, my husband's bringing a change of clothes. He'll be here shortly. But go ahead.
Yes. So I'm especially trying to be low because I look 100% crazy, right? So I call him. I'm like, listen, I'm 6 minutes away. Make sure you're outside or you're looking for me. Pull up, and I go around the oval,
right?
Right. First time around, I'm like, oh, maybe his head was down. Maybe he was looking at his phone. Maybe he was checking the time. He didn't see me. No problem. I go around again. Okay. Still no Logan. So I call him. I get no answer. But his school doesn't have good service. So
right. That's true.
I write that off. That's not really a problem. I go around again.
Mm-hmm.
No Logan. I pull up behind a car. Okay. And I call again. Still no answer. I go around again. And now I stop halfway around the circle because there's a place where you can kind of pull over and park.
Right.
Which I didn't really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull over and park. I call him. He answers. I'm like, where are you? He was like, I'm right here. I'm like, come outside. So he comes outside. So he gets in the car. I'm like, now, Logan, I called you 6 minutes ago. Why did I have to drive around this circle 4 times before you came out the building? He responds by saying, oh, I don't know. I mean, I was there. I'm like, word? You were there? Mm-hmm. If you were there, why didn't you see me? I don't know. I was there. I just didn't see you. I said, see, now that's the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer. It's not that you were there and you just didn't see me. You were there and you weren't paying attention because, I don't know, did you suddenly go blind?
Right.
I don't know. Was someone standing in front of you? Mm-hmm. Was there a blackout? What happened? It's not that you were standing there and you just didn't see me. Right. Did I turn into the invisible woman? You just didn't see me. No. It's not that you just didn't see me. You weren't paying attention. So the right response is, sorry, Mom, I was there. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my phone, or I was talking to my friend, or I was daydreaming and I didn't notice that you had pulled up. I apologize. It won't happen again. And then I would have been like, okay, no problem.
Correct.
Instead, he reiterates over, well, I was there. I don't really know what happened. I'm like, okay, so now you're just dumb, right? Now you're just dumb. Because the response that you're giving me is dumb.
Right.
So if you're giving me a dumb response, then that makes you dumb. I need to understand what's going on.
Right.
Oh, well, I don't know. I was there. I just didn't see you. I'm like, so now you don't understand. I said, give me your phone. So now I take his phone. He's like, really, Mom? I said, really? I said, you're not going to have your phone. I said, when you get home, there's no video games. You're going to take a shower. You're going to eat. You're going to get ready for football. You're going to lay in your bed and you're going to stare at your 4 walls. That's what's going to happen. And that might be a recurring thing. That might happen today, tomorrow, the day after, until I feel good about you being off punishment.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. So he sat there. He was like, but I said you were right. You know, because as the argument went on before I got to that point, he was like, you're right. Or, okay. But it was like a flippant kind of response.
Correct.
Okay. Like he's saying okay because he wants to be respectful, but it's not that he really gets it.
Right.
It didn't really click. Or, you're right. You're right. Kind of like a brush off.
Right.
So I'm like, word, I'm right. Like, word, okay. Give me your phone. So then he sat there for about 3 minutes. He was like, you know what, Mom, I'm sorry. I was wrong. And I felt that it was genuine when he said it. Mm-hmm. So I flung his phone back at him.
Right.
Right. So now we get home and I'm parked in front of the house and you call. And not to take you through another story, but I had another disagreement with Logan.
Right.
Okay. Something so silly of zero importance, but it irritated me. So when you called, I tell you about it.
Right.
Right. And it turns into a whole big thing. And I'm like, you know what? While we're at it, let me tell you what happened when I picked him up from school.
Correct.
So I tell Rashawn, so now I'm in the car parked in front of the house for 30 minutes with you on Bluetooth.
Right.
And it just turned into a mess.
Yeah. And what I'm realizing is, we get a lot of emails, a lot of DMs about teenage kids and teenage kids and how we raise teenage kids and how we're doing, because a lot of parents have problem with teenage kids. And not to say that we have a problem, but every once in a while, I would have to say a teenage kid will try to test you. No, absolutely. I think I did it with my parents. You definitely did it with your parents.
I definitely did it.
And I think he's at that level. And
I was worse than
you were way worse.
Any of our kids on their worst day.
But you know why? You know why it makes it seem even worse for us?
Why?
Because they're totally not like that.
Right.
Like you were like that. You were like that. So for you and your mother, that was just Gia being Gia. So for us, it's like, where is it coming from?
Right, because they're so they're good kids.
Right.
So whenever anything goes left or a little left, it's shocking to us.
Right.
And the way that we react to it is kind of OD. Right.
Like even Madison. Let's say Madison, which she has never done. Let's say Madison talks back, right? Think about how many times you talk back to your mother.
3 times a week.
Right. If Madison talked back,
what?
We will stop the world and be like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's not in her character. It's not what she does. She's never done it. So for Logan, it's like, what the fuck is this coming from?
And it's also different for us because I think our personalities, how do I put it? I'm very sensitive about the way people talk to me.
I am too.
And you're very sensitive about the way people talk to you.
Right before we started this podcast, we got into an argument about the way we spoke to each other.
Yes. We just got into a little argument before we cracked these mics about how we each spoke to each other.
Right.
And
look, I just want to say I apologize if I spoke to you nasty. I don't want to have a full day of us being not nice to each other because of the way that I spoke to you. So I apologize.
Okay, I apologize about the way I spoke to you too.
That didn't sound authentic. You was like,
it did. Because I'm smiling because you just apologized to me. So.
Okay. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I don't remember what I was saying.
Then we saying that, it's, Madison doesn't talk back, but see, it's so fresh. So it's like, where the fuck is this coming from? We're going to nip this in the butter right now.
Yeah. Like there have been times where, and literally there might have been 3 times where I might have been talking to Madison and I might have gotten a vibe, not even a talk back or anything, like maybe just a vibe. And like you said, the world stops. Like, excuse me?
Right.
Like, am I catching something off of you that shouldn't be here? Did I say something to upset you?
Correct.
Like, because what I'm getting isn't okay and I'm about to shut everything down.
Right.
I guess we have like a 0 tolerance when it comes to nastiness or disrespect. Some of the laziness I let slide.
Right.
Because I do think that both of us are responsible for that. Like I let some of the irresponsibility slide because I think that both of us are a little responsible for that. Like Logan, like Madison's a worker bee. She's going to do what has to be done. But Logan, I think part of it's because he's a boy.
Right.
And we've kind of enabled him. So as mad as you are and all the F-bombs that you dropped at him, you have to take some responsibility for as well.
No.
You do.
I'm not taking no damn responsibility.
You do. You do. I have to take responsibility for it. You have to take responsibility for it. We created that by not giving him responsibilities or because it's easier for us. Like, I'm not even going to lie. For instance, when it came to last year, well, shoot, his whole life, when it comes to him doing his projects and writing his essays and whatnot, for me, my problem is, let's say he has to write a paper on something he doesn't really understand. Me being so busy and having so many responsibilities, I don't have the time to sit down and teach him what he needs to know so that he is able to write the paper himself. There's times I'm just like, you know what, Logan, just come sit down, like lay here and like we'll quote unquote do it together. But I really wind up writing his papers sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because...
But we have to stop that.
Right. But if I did it the right way, because that's the wrong way.
Correct.
Like that's the wrong way. if I did it the right way, it would be me knowing he has a paper and me blocking out 3 hours on a Thursday and saying, you know what, Logan, sit down. We're going to do it together. We're going to read these chapters together. What do you understand? What don't you understand? Let me break it down. Let me explain it to you. If I don't know it, let me Google it further, and then we write it together.
Right.
But there's times where I'm like, yo, I'm tired. We pushed this off. I had a long day. I should have done it at 3 o'clock when he came home. Now it's 10 o'clock. He's sleepy. He has to be up at 6:30 to get ready for school. I'm just going to write it. And I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning pounding away at the keyboard. Do you know what I mean?
Well, not only that, when it comes to, and this is what pisses me off so crazy. Let's say me and Logan are out. Let's say we go to the game or we go to a car show or we go to the mall or whatever. Let's say on the way home, we stop at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. Let's say we do.
Okay.
I'm like, Logan, as a matter of fact, not even McDonald's. Stop at Applebee's on the way home.
I'm dying to know why that matters.
Because McDonald's is too simple. We know what he gets. So we'll go to Applebee's and I'll be like, Logan, what do you want for Applebee's? He'll be like, I don't know. Ask mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Don't lie. He does it at McDonald's too.
I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, mom knows what I want. So I'm like, mom's not fucking here. Look at the fucking menu and decide what you want.
Every time that you curse today.
No, but that's how I feel. I'm like, bro, you're 15 years old.
He's not 15 yet. Can you stop putting that on him?
I'm like, you can decide what you want to eat. Do you want chicken? Do you want ribs? Do you want steak? Do you want vegetables? Do you want a cheeseburger? Do you want chicken fingers? Do you want French fries? What do you want?
Call mommy.
Mama know what I want. And I'm like, I didn't say some wicked shit. I said, mom's dead. Mom has no phone. Now you decide what you want. Then I won't eat. Now he don't say that. But I'm like, come on. I'm like,
okay, hold on. I got to stop you there. You don't feel a little bit hypocritical right now?
No.
You don't feel a little hypocritical right now?
No.
How do you not feel hypocritical right now? You will be in LA,
correct,
Miami, Detroit, Boston, Virginia, and call me from the restaurant and put the waitress on the phone with me so that I can tell her what you want and how you want it.
Right.
Where's the lie?
There's a difference.
Where's the lie?
I'm going to tell you why there's a difference. Applebee's only has sticking. They only have steak. Sticking. That's when a cow and chicken get together. But they only have steak, chicken, shrimp, and fish. That's all you're going to get at Applebee's, right? Some of these restaurants I go to, I can't pronounce the food. They're like, avule-vu-vu she ale sha fa. I'll be like, what's that? Chicken. Like, they could have just put chicken. Right. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't, what is this? Well,
Stop
this
it. Okay. Now let me show you where the lie
steak
is.
Steak with Bordeaux
Let me show you where the lie is.
With
no.
Mustard.
You're a dirty liar.
What?
You will call me from the hotel and tell me you're about to order room service. Take a picture of the menu and send it to me. And all that's on the damn menu is a chicken Caesar salad.
No, that's not true.
With the option of shrimp.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
Yes.
If you're out there listening, you know you go to some of these fancy restaurants and they have all these French terms.
Stop it. Look me in the eye.
I don't call you about no damn salad.
Rashawn, you haven't called me about room service?
No, I call you about.
You called me like 3 weeks ago about room service. You read me the whole menu and said, what should I order?
Right. Because you know what I like.
Exactly.
And the other shit be too.
Call mommy.
No.
Call mommy.
No, because if you're out there listening, you know you go to some of these restaurants, right?
Hold on, no. Don't go back to the restaurant. Let's talk about room service. Because now this is apples to apples.
All right, room service. Okay.
Logan at Applebee's, Rashawn ordering room service.
All right.
Apples to apples.
Okay.
Simple stuff on the menu.
All right. Well, let me.
When have you ever seen a room service menu that had anything super elaborate?
Oh, I don't know.
The most elaborate that they get is some filet mignon.
No,
that's
not. No, it's not true.
Yes, it is.
I don't know where you stay, but when I go to a 5-star restaurant, they have menus where it's like vuvu de vavu de
Rashawn, when you called me 3 weeks ago,
I don't know French.
It was some nonsense. The only thing that you didn't understand was a pasta dish.
Exactly.
You didn't understand.
And that's what I called you for.
You didn't understand the pronunciation.
They'll have a pasta dish that'd be like, I say sa, my mom sa, and it'd be like, and I'd be like, what's that, baby? Be like, spaghetti. But if they could have just put spaghetti.
No,
but
Rashawn.
they want to put a
You're
long
the
term
same damn way.
bronzino with tofilo and truffle sauce dripping. That's not white, it's black truffle sauce from the piers of South Africa to the North Dakota
see you right now.
of the Bible.
Okay, they get it.
So instead of me trying to pronounce it, I just take a picture and say, babe, what's this? And then you'd be like, that's spaghetti. And I'd be like, all right, let me get some spaghetti.
No, I promise you and everybody that's listening, you have called me to basically be like, should I get the chicken, the steak, the shrimp? The only thing that you know is that whatever you get, you're going to get it with French fries. Everything else, you don't know. You have called me 10 times this year about a menu or put me on the phone with a waitress. Okay? So don't sit here and throw your son under the bus.
That's because I can't pronounce it.
He learns from what he sees.
I don't call you when I go to McDonald's.
That's about the only place
I don't call you when I go to Chick-fil-A.
Those are the only places you don't call me from.
I don't call you when I go to the empanada spot.
Okay, Rashawn.
Right?
You need to apologize to Logan for just throwing him under the bus.
No, but that's it. Or, we could go to the ballpark to go to see the Yankees play. I'd be like, you want something from the concession stand? Yeah, let me call mom. Motherfucker, there's only a hot dog and hamburger.
They have chicken fingers too.
Chicken fingers, that's it. But I gotta go. Mom, what do you think it takes back? Motherfucker, mom's not here.
But I'll pick up for my son.
Mom, should I get a popcorn? Motherfucker, mom's not here. Do you want a popcorn?
Oh gosh, I love him.
I know.
I love him.
I know.
Okay, this is my little sweetie. He's not my little pookie pook, but he's definitely my little sweetie.
All right. Well, he's heading out to Disney, so his team is playing out in Disney this week. He's actually leaving this weekend.
They won the playoffs, so now they're going to the championship.
Yeah, so they're going to the championship. So
we're going to be out in Disney.
Shout to the Brick City Lions, and hopefully they kick some ass out there, the Newark Brick City Lions.
Mm-hmm. Go team.
Go team. All right. Now it's time to get up out of here.
So we're not doing no emails?
No, it's
that was a whole episode of you throwing Logan under the bus?
So you don't even know your kid's name. Say 5 kids' names. Go.
Madison, Logan, London, Jackson, Brooklyn. You can't do it as fast as I did.
Yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Logan, Jackson, Brooklyn, Jackson, London.
Try to test me.
It's the name Jackson.
What?
It's the name Jackson.
What do you mean?
It's easy. Tell me again.
You're thinking about it, so now it doesn't count.
I was trying to do it
look
fast.
at you. You staring at me mad hard because you concentrating
Madison,
hard as
Logan,
ish.
London, Jackson, Brooklyn. See, I did it fast.
Do it again?
I said Madison, Logan, London, Jackson, Brooklyn.
Okay. Well, it took you 3 times to get it right.
I just want to tell you.
And like some serious concentration.
You know what was embarrassing as shit before we get up out of here?
What?
This happened. Where the fuck was I?
Where
was I?
Where were you?
No, I'm trying to think. Where was I when I would have to give the kids birth dates?
Oh, forget about it. That's everywhere. Passport office.
No, where was I?
Just recently.
Where was I? It was recently. You were on the phone and I muted it because I didn't know. Oh, the pharmacy. I was picking up the kids' vitamins. Right?
Oh, okay.
Picking up the kids' vitamins, right? And she was like, okay. She was like, what's Logan? She was like, Jackson's birthday is. I was like,
oh shit. You're a terrible father.
She's like, what's Jackson's birthday? I said,
They looking at you like, that ain't your son.
No,
you about to get these vitamins and sell them on the black market?
No, but I felt so bad because she's the black homie that lives in Queens that knows me and listens to the Breakfast Club. She's like, oh, I'll just look it up.
You gave her the dead stare?
No, I was like, June 3rd.
She was like, that's not it.
She was like, that's not it. I had to explain that. I was like, look, I had one kid born on June 3rd, one kid born on June 5th. I said, one is on the 3rd, one is on the 5th. You figure that shit out. And then she said, okay. And then she hit me with this. When's Brooklyn's birthday?
Oh, you were all messed up.
I could not remember that kid's birthday.
You were all messed up.
I said, I got a kid named Brooklyn.
Too many of those mofos.
I said, why you ask me about Madison and Logan? I know their birthdays. I said, the other ones are too new.
You know why you know their birthdays?
It's going to take me a couple years to learn their birthdays.
You know their birthdays because it was only their 2 birthdays for so many years.
November 13th,
before
December
the other 3 came along.
What's Brookly's birthday?
You really don't know?
August 13th?
You are.
August 11th.
That's a day.
It's August 11th.
It is the 11th. Shame on you. Shame. I feel like all the people in the street on that episode of Game of Thrones. I just want to make you walk through the streets naked and throw food at you.
Hey, look.
Screaming shame.
I take care of them. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters?
I be fucking up the names. I be like, you.
The middle one.
Come here. All right. Anyway, it's time to get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't forget, this weekend, make sure you follow our Instagram because we'll be giving you information on our 100th show. We're super duper excited. We wanted to do something special. That's why it's taking so long. You know, Tao was one of our favorite restaurants. So we thought it would be dope that if we can do it at our favorite restaurant, which they don't do nothing like this. So the fact that we're able to do it at Tao is amazing. We only wanted to do 100 people. Only 100 people for our 100th episode to make it intimate, to make it dope, to make it everything that we wanted. But the food will be amazing because it's Tao. The drinks will be amazing. It'll be a Remy Martin bar. And we just want you guys
there.
Drink
responsibly.
That's right. So,
but wait, let me ask you a quick question.
Yes.
Wasn't it Tao that Swiss Beats rented out and turned into a roller skating rink for Alicia Keys' birthday?
Yes.
How is that even possible?
They're super rich. They're super rich.
No, but so what? They took all the chairs. They had to lay down a different floor. You couldn't just have roller skates on their floor. They probably had to lay down a whole different floor.
It's Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys money.
Yeeks.
So they were able to do that.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I heard that. I wasn't really sure though.
But don't worry about it because my next birthday, I'm doing that on the moon. We're going to put a roller skating ring on the moon. We're going to fly everybody in rocket ships.
Yeah.
We're going to top everything that's going on.
All right. So now it's time to end the podcast.
Don't hate.
You are DJ Envy.
You are Gia Casey.
And this was another episode. This is my part. So
See, that's
this is another episode of the Casey Crew.
Toodles. Let's do it the right way. I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of the KC Crew.
Toodles.